Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Pipe Talk. And today we have a special anniversary. It's the 100th episode. I thought of doing some kind of special, but actually I didn't have any great idea. Excuse me, with one hand I'm holding the phone to record this, with the other I'm holding the pipe, so it's a little bit awkward. Here at the beach in the city of Vienna. Yeah, what to say, 100 episodes plus a dozen videos related to the pipe topic or unrelated. Actually my views are down to under 100 views per video. That's a view count I started with actually. It was much higher in between. So I have to say thank you for everyone that stayed loyal. Thank you to all the friends I made along the way. Thanks to every new viewer, new subscriber. I really do appreciate it. Actually, I thought I should do some more provocative videos again, with some politics, religion thrown in, as it seems the views can't get any lower anyhow. Yeah, several topics I'd like to talk about. First is the pipe that I smoked today. The gentleman from the House of Manners channel asked me what I'm smoking in a life, and I didn't really have the opportunity to respond properly. So this pipe is a Chacom, classic billiard shape. It's from the Twinbore series, it's really named that way. A brown contrast stain. Although it's a 9mm filter pipe, it really has the original elegant shape from French pipes. It's not clumsy like many other 9mm filter pipes. It's stamped Chacom Twinbore, nothing else on the briar. It has a standard bore in the stumble, more on the larger side. And when I bought it at the local tobacconist, it really looked odd. It must have been lying in the showcase in the sun for quite a while. It was discolored, it looked dull and lifeless. But after a few smokes it really sprang back to life, and now it looks as it should like. It has an acrylic stem with the inlay CC logo, Chacom. On the other side it says hand cut. And what makes this pipe special, apart from the 9mm filter, is that it has a twin bore. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, I guess. The smoke channel divides into two channels in the stem. Many Germans believe that this is a feature that only the Design Berlin Pfeifenstudio Hartmann pipes did have, but actually many pipe makers used a twin bore stem. In the 40s and even I think in the 30s or even 20s they experimented with these already. I have some old catalogs, and I think it's the Wally Frank catalog. Or was it K Woody? I'm not sure about that. And the intention between the twin bore was to make the stem more resilient to biting it through. As most clench the pipe that way, and the weak spot is where the draft hole is, where the stem gets chewed through. So if they make two channels and the teeth rest in between, this will increase the lifespan of the mouthpiece. I think it's not that much of an issue with a modern day acrylic stem like this one here, but somehow, for whatever reason, it gives a different smoking experience. In my opinion, it slightly increases the flavor, just a tad bit, as other parts of your tongue or the mouth get in touch with the smoke firsthand. The downside is some pipes, not this one, need a thinner pipe cleaner to get through if you want to clean it up. And I also have a Design Berlin that are famous for the twin bore bits. You need a really thin cleaner to get through one of the draft holes. Don't know why, but it seems they have messed up with the drilling inside. Oh, I see a wasp is on my knee. Give me a second. So back at it. What am I smoking? I'm smoking Davidoff Brazil. There are 3 Davidoff pouch blends available where I live. And usually I avoid these blends as you pay for the name of it. And some other channel mentioned the Davidoff Brazil, so I thought I'd give it a try. And it really knocked me out of my socks when I heard the price of that 50-gram pouch. But it's a good, light, mellow blend. It says Brazil, a Virginia blend on the pouch, but I don't think it's Brazil tobacco. It's a Black Cavendish blend. Super sweet, cool and slow burning, heavy in vanilla, white chocolate, and some say fruit or citrus. I don't get any fruit, maybe citrus at times. Sorry again for this awkward position. Yeah, what else can I say you? Recently I was sitting in a small cafe, again, smoking my pipe, and the waitress, an older woman, I think she's retired already and just helping out at times, she talked to me about the pipe. Oh, a pipe smoker, how great. Many years ago when I was working at an office, there was a guy in our office who smoked pipes as well, and I loved the smell of it. And he was smoking different kinds of tobaccos, sometimes sweet, sometimes more natural, and she loved them all. And when she sees me or smells my tobacco, she gets transported back to many, many years ago when she was there in the office. She also said the other ladies in the office always complained, as these were old offices with no walls, everything open, everyone sitting at the same table. But I love hearing these stories when I'm smoking my pipe in public, which I often do. It always brings back memories to several people. At another pub, a guy saw my pipe and he told me, oh, Sven is approaching. And he said his boss, when he was an apprentice, used to smoke pipes, and he did cut up the cheapest, most ugliest, baddest smelling cigars there were in my country, the Großglockner. And he cut up these cigars and mixed it with an Amsterdamer blend, and he used to smoke this in his pipe. So it seems experimenting with cigar leaf especially was also common back in the day. Another guy saw my pipe and he said, yeah man, I also smoked pipes when I was driving trucks. There I had the time, but I didn't have one pipe, I had 3 pipes, and I let them cool down between the smokes and changed in between. So, interesting. So not much has changed since then, actually. Yeah, it's that stories that I always like to hear from the older folks. Which brings me to another topic, the future of pipe smoking. Hard to tell, most of my viewers are in the US, and it seems there is quite an optimistic view on the future of pipe smoking. But over here in Europe, I hardly see other pipe smokers, although I do see them. But mostly are older folks. Not even my age, several years up. But on the other hand, I recently met a young guy who was smoking pipes, gifted him one of mine that I had left over. He was really excited about it. And he's usually smoking cigarettes. But the next time I saw him, he had his pipe pouch with him and was smoking pipes as well. Borkum Riff Cherry, but you have to start somewhere. Yeah, our main enemy is the European Union and the fucked up anti-tobacco laws they make everywhere. And all these anti-tobacco laws, they hit the pipe smoker even harder, not so much the cigarette smokers. You know, smoking bans in pubs and bars. Cigarette smokers go out for a quick smoke. As a pipe smoker, you have a problem. In my area, less and less tobacconists do carry pipes. Just a few left. Tobacco selection was always limited. But in my neighboring countries, the situation is even dire. Sometimes tobacco stores look like adult stores, you know, where they sell adult movies and such, with blacked out windows, and it's like you enter a crypt or something when you go inside a tomb. Sorry, I mean a tomb. Now there's a new track and trace system that makes tobacco way more expensive. Someone said It's about to triple the prices of pipe tobacco soon. Not the best outlook for the future. And I see the young folks, they're doing electric cigarettes, vaping, and tobacco-less stuff just to deliver nicotine, which I think is quite bizarre, to remove the positive things of our hobby and replace them just with the addictive, unhealthy part. That's quite disturbing. But who knows? As Europe is stumbling down an economic crisis, which is undeniable by now, they still will need the taxes paid by the smokers. That's a lot of money, and as the crisis will deepen, people will need some distractions, and through history tobacco has always been the #1 thing. And as I said, the state and the European Union, they need the tax money, so probably tobacco will be around for a while. Not too sure about pipes. I will carry on as long as possible. And with these words, let's look forward to the next 100 episodes of Pipe Talks. See you in a few years when we reach number 200. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for staying here on this channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. I really do appreciate every one of you. ADS so far refused to use AI scripts or whatever shit now is taken over, or clickbait titles. You know, the terrifying truth about this and that, the breaking news about this and that, the unbelievable things you need to learn you never knew, and blah blah blah. I never click on those videos. I'm really sick and tired of this by now. Anyhow, see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.